Good afternoon, Los Santos. I'm Jimmy Pizza. This is Weasel News. Our top story tonight, the Order 66 terror attacks. The attacks were when Mr. Bronifer Backington ordered on Twitter for anyone and everyone to attempt to murder as many police officers as possible. These attacks persisted for hours, where upwards of 40 plus police casualties were reported. After the dust settled, Mr. Baggington evaded capture. Later on, Mr. Baggington would then kidnap police commissioner's now wife, Olivia Nitty. The kidnapping took place at Miss Nitty's bachelorette party. Police chased the kidnapper to the airport, where they unfortunately fled to the island in a helicopter. An independent organization then raided the island, where a brutal firefight took place, where in the end, Miss Nitty was rescued. Unfortunately, the primary suspect of the kidnapping, Brunifer Baggington, was nowhere to be found. A 3.5 day manhunt and a $3 million bounty would then ensue. After 3.5 days with many close calls, Baggington was later found hiking atop Mount Chiliad. He was then arrested and put to trial, where he then secured a plea deal where all charges except for the terrorism was dropped. He now is sentenced to 6-month probation and a $2 million fine.
In other news, the MSN dealership recently hosted a bike show, giving the residents of Los Santos the chance to show off their finest motorcycles. Several motorcycle clubs were involved in the show and even had an organized motorcycle ride throughout the city. It was a great turnout, and we look forward to the next one. Speaking of bikes, we here at Weasel News are pleased to announce that the first ever Weasel News Hickey Del Vecchio Bikeathon was a huge success. We had many contestants register to race, with the first place prize going to Codarius Richards. Thank you very much to everybody who came out to participate, and we hope to see you all at the next Weasel News Bikeathon. Stay tuned for more information.
You want to tell us about your victory code?
Shit, man. I've been cycling as a kid for like forever.
Always been
since I
cycling
could since I
something
can
else if
remember,
you,
man. I was a baby. I only had the training wheels on my bike for maybe like 2 weeks as a kid. It's something that I've always dreamed about, doing something like this, man. I want to thank Earl and Tony and the whole Weasel News team for setting this thing up, man. It was a real fun experience.
Thank you, Tony. Great job on the bike race. Wish I could have made it. But guys, things are not looking good out there. In between these unforgiving heat waves, we are now getting large storm cells rolling through the city. We are in the early stages of the El Nino period, which will bring warm air off the Pacific Ocean and mix that with the moisture coming from the north, and it's going to make for a bad combination. So keep those umbrellas close, Los Santos, because storms can strike at any time. I'm Stormy Day, and that's your weather.
And finally, Tequila La hosted a shotgun rush, a timed race which began down at the southern docks of the city and finished all the way north at the Paleto Bay Peninsula. Contestants of the race were pursued by local LSPD officers, incentivizing the drivers to race as quickly as they could so as not to have their time tarnished by the police. The first place winner of the shotgun rush was Dara Fitz. Congratulations, Dara. And that's all for the news this evening, folks. As always, I'm Tony Del Vecchio. Stay classy, Los Santos.